A grocery store and session 1 of Sales Academy, Action Planning to Achieve Goals. What does a grocery store have to do with session 1? It has everything to do with session 1. I'm standing outside of a Stop and Shop grocery store. It's 6 o'clock at night, and people are stopping at the grocery store on their way home from work to pick up a couple of items. How many of you are the grocery shopper in your home? How many of you are the ones who once a week or twice a week go to the grocery store to buy food for your family? How many of you are not the grocery shopper, however, get phone calls during the week from your honey that says, "Hey honey, can you stop at the store and pick up a few items for me?" Whether you are the shopper or you're the one who gets the phone call, we've all been in one of these grocery stores before. Now, if you're the grocery shopper for your family, my guess is that you create some sort of list before you go into the store. If you go once a week or twice a week, you're going into that store with a list in hand, and because you've shopped so many times, you probably have that list organized almost by aisle. The deli section, the dairy section, the cereal section, the frozen food section, and you have listed all of the items that you want to purchase. Why do you make a list? Because when you go to the grocery store, if you're that shopper who goes once or twice a week for your family, you want to make sure that you get everything that your family needs, and you don't want to forget anything. If you go into the grocery store without that list, you'll almost always forget something or buy the wrong things. Now, let's switch over to those guys like me who receive phone calls during the course of a business day. I might be in the middle of 34 different things and I receive a phone call, or maybe I'm talking to my wife and along the way she says, "Hey honey, can you on the way home from work just stop at the store and pick up a couple of items for me?" Of course, honey, absolutely. What do you need? She's gonna say, "We need peanut butter, we need romaine lettuce, we need regular butter, we need cream cheese, and wine." Peanut butter, regular butter, cream cheese, and wine. Okay, got it, honey. She'll tell me what we need. I'll repeat it to her instantly. And some of you might have already realized I forgot the romaine lettuce. But an hour later, maybe a half hour later, maybe 8 hours later, I stop at the grocery store. Pull up, run in like all these other people are running in. Well, there's not too many people here tonight, but run in like all the other people are. And I go walking through the different aisles. All right, I got to get peanut butter. I got to get cream cheese. I got to get wine. Oh God, what else was it? What else was it? Oh wait, regular butter. And oh my God, double stuffed Oreo cookies. You see, you're in the store, you're shopping, and you all of a sudden see something that catches your eyes, like double stuffed Oreo cookies. And now you have in your shopping cart, you've got the peanut butter, you've got the double stuffed Oreo cookies, you have the cream cheese, and the wine. Oh God, you gotta get the wine. You check out, you drive home, you get to the house, you unload the bags, and your honey says to you, where's the romaine lettuce, or where's the butter? You see, you're gonna forget something because you don't have enough space up here given everything else going on to remember everything that you're gonna buy. And inevitably you forget something. Or you come home with the chunky peanut butter when your kids don't like chunky peanut butter, or maybe worse, you buy the wrong wine. So what do you do to safeguard against being a fool like I can be? You make a list. Hey honey, can you just text it over to me? Or you write it down. Maybe you write it on your hand. But people like you and people like me don't go into one of those, a grocery store, without making a list. Some of you will not go into the store without making a list. But yet, we're gonna show up for work today. We're gonna turn our computers on. We're gonna put the coffee on. We're gonna do all the other things that we do. We're gonna run our startups. And then the phone's gonna ring and we're gonna get jackknifed into the middle of the whirlwind. And we will not be able to come up for air until lunchtime. And what's gonna happen during the course of the day? You're going to start working on all the things that are busy, all the stuff that comes up in front of you. The double stuffed Oreo cookies are going to find you. And it's not going to taste like a double stuffed Oreo cookies. It's going to be a complaint. It's going to be somebody calling in. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I need to do this. And because you didn't make a list when you started the day, you get busy. Busy creates busy. And before you know it, it's 5 p.m. and it's time to go home. And on the way home, stop at a grocery store. But you make the list for that to make sure you do all the things, get all the items you're supposed to get in the grocery store. I find it curious that some of us won't go into a grocery store without making a list. But when it comes to our career, when it comes to our way of life, we can't find that couple minutes to make the list, to etch out and organize what it is we want to do during the course of the day. I call the first 12 to 15 minutes of your day the most important minutes of your day. It's these 12 to 15 minutes where you get you have a chance, you give yourself a chance to compete by organizing your thoughts, putting them down on a piece of paper, so that during the course of the day, when you get jackknifed into the whirlwind, and trust me, you're getting jackknifed into the whirlwind, you at least have a chance to double back to the things that you came to work to do. Why did you come to work today? And what are you going to do today to make sure that you achieve those? Take the time every day. Spend 12 to 15 minutes in careful thought. If you can arrive at your office 12 to 15 minutes early, God bless you. If you can't make it to the office 12 to 15 minutes early, at least spend 12 to 15 minutes in quiet time at home, mentally preparing. I say to our team members, I either want you here physically or you need to be here mentally for 12 to 15 minutes before the opening bell each day to give yourself a chance to compete. Think through what would make today great. Envision what would make today great. Write it out on your sheet of paper. Take a moment to calculate how much in commissions you want to make. Write it down. And then identify 1 or 2 activities or action plans that you will commit to during the course of the day to see through your commitments towards your commission goal to make today great. When you write out your action plans, don't be lazy. Don't rush through this 12 to 15 minutes and try to get it done in 3 or 4 minutes, because you're selling yourself short. Take the time, 12 to 15 minutes. Spell out what would make today great. You know what would make today great? To finally be able to reach out to Randy. Randy is a prospect of mine, and I know I can help him. What would make today great is the culmination of 2 months of work trying to reach out to Randy, getting in touch with him, and identifying for him what I can do to help him. That would make today great. What is my commission goal? It's $50. And what am I committed to doing today? Spell it out. Don't rush through this exercise and say, I want to make 100 phone calls. I want to follow up on autos, single line autos. No, take your time. This is where you have a chance to practice your profession. Go through or rehearse your scripts. Don't write, I want to make 100 phone calls. Write down, I will make up to 100 phone calls by dialing people who are on our single line auto list. And when I call those people, I will say this. If you're working a defected household list, I will make phone calls off of our defected household list and ask these people if there's anything I can do to earn their trust back. Or I will make phone calls off our defected household list to ask those people if there's anything I can do to earn their trust back, or if their current company is taking care of them. Spell out what you're going to do, include your word track, give yourself a chance to compete. Guys, if you won't walk into a grocery store without making a list, please think about this. This is your career, it's your way of life. spend 12 to 15 minutes in careful thought. What would make today great? What is your commission goal? And then, how are you going to achieve it? The more detail, the more likely you are to achieve that. Now, if you excuse me, I've got to get into that grocery store and buy those couple items that my honey asked me to buy on my way home from work. Thank you for joining us.